My name is Ishan Tharoor. I'm with Time, and I'm with Thierry Henry, a French soccer star who's won virtually everything there is to be won in Europe with legendary clubs Barcelona and Arsenal of London. And he's now across the Atlantic to come to the New York Red Bulls of Major League Soccer. And Thierry Henry will now take your questions from Time. Our first question comes from all the way from Iran, Tehran, Iran. Out of all the possible places to play, why did you choose New York?
This one is going to be an easy one. I always wanted to live in this town. Obviously defend the color also of a club here, playing soccer, but I can't play any other sport. So yeah, it was always, a dream for me to be able to come here and play football or soccer, as they say here, and be able to live in this town. Always have been a dream since I was young.
How have you adjusted to playing in a country where football or soccer is not the dominant sport? Is there less pressure, or does it feel the same? Is the pressure the same for you?
Well, I mean, on a personal point of view, it's kind of cool that you can go out and not, get attentions, like all the attentions, and not get bothered. Not in a bad way, I'm saying, but it's kind of way better to not be, front page or back page of the newspaper. I will not, go back to that or having that back for anything in the world. I think people don't get it wrong sometimes. They think that we love to be in the front page or back page or to be seen. I personally don't really like it. So on that side, that's amazing for me to be here and not to be number one or not even number two or number three. Sports in this league.
So as you can imagine, we got a lot of questions from readers in Ireland, so let's get this out of the way. It's almost a year since that World Cup qualifying game between France and Ireland. Do you have any remorse about the handball incident?
I don't even have to talk about it, none of that anymore. I think it's part of the past. It's also almost a year that Robbie Keane got a penalty against Georgia. That was never a penalty. And Ireland won with that penalty. Nobody cried for Georgia. Ireland won. And that's the way the game is sometimes. Obviously, I understand all the Irish fans trying to still rub it in, but did they feel sorry about the Georgia fans on that day in Ireland? No, they didn't. I lost an FA Cup final like that. Ghana lost like that against Uruguay in the World Cup. Luis Fabiano did a double handball at the World Cup against Ivory Coast. I think it's part of the past now.
We got lots of emails and questions from Arsenal fans. You had 8 glorious years there. You're the all-time goal scorer for the club. Laurie Laker from Colorado Springs asks, what was your favorite memory of your time with Arsenal?
It's kind of hard for me to point at only think about one game or one moment. I would say for me just the pleasure of wearing that jersey and stepping on the field, playing at Highbury and just representing Arsenal.
What meant more to you, winning the Champions League with Barcelona or clinching the Premier League with Arsenal at the stadium of their arch-rivals Tottenham?
As an Arsenal player, whatever you do or happens, you overtake Tottenham or you do something against Tottenham or you win the title at their place. It's just great. I mean, you can't even. I always remember that day also when we won the league there, because they didn't even realize that we needed a point to win the game. Because I don't know if you remember, we're 2-0 up, and suddenly they come back 2-2 in the last minute of the game, and they're celebrating. They're celebrating because they're happy to draw against us, obviously. And then I remember always, I said to Tarico, do you know that we needed a point to be champion? And they all went. I went, yes. So now we're going to celebrate on your pitch. Bye-bye. That was, I have to say, I don't mind that one. I will say it every day of the week. It was great. But then it's difficult to compare. Winning the Champions League is winning the Champions League. Winning it with Barcelona the way we have done it, winning the treble, the last trophy for me, was just pure joy.
Do you think the US will ever truly become a soccer nation?
I think, you know, baseball and American football, hockey, and are ahead because they have a history. You know, the Yankees have an history, the Giants or whatever team you take in the sport. The MLS is kind of new. So hopefully, you know, within the time and players coming and trying to develop the game, and the US team also doing well at the last World Cup, finishing above England, and you know, creating some buzz. That's definitely gonna help, but you need that history behind a sport, you know, for the sport to develop.
Thierry Henry, thank you very much.
Thank you.
This has been a pleasure.
Thank you.